If you want to be winning online races and setting competitive rivals times in Forza Horizon 5 Cross Country, it is important you know what the best car is depending on the class limits. So here is the best car in each class for Cross Country in Forza Horizon 5. Let's get into it. So starting off from the bottom and working our way up to the top, we have the International Scout 800A coming in at D class. Some may argue that the Peel Trident or the Reliant Supervan are slightly more superior for D class, but the truth is you'll only complete a race without crashing or missing a checkpoint once in about 10 races, and they're only marginally quicker anyway when it all works out, so this is definitely the better car, and it will be a lot less frustrating to use. It is a great all-rounder, and even though it does have a tiny bit of understeer, overall it is a fantastic machine for D class. Now let's hop into C class, where we once again have got the International Scout 800A. This is basically a more powerful and lighter version of when it is in D class, which has the expected effect. It is faster on the straights and off the line, and it is also nimbler in the corners, despite still having the same slightly understeery feel. But once again, it is a brilliant all-rounder. You can take it to any cross-country track in the game and it won't feel out of place. Coming in at B class, we yet again have got the International Scout 800A. The main difference this time is the grip, because with B class we say goodbye to the stock tyres, and we say hello to the off-road tyres, and a bit more power. Of course, that does depend on the tune you are using. This is easily the most OP car for its class in cross-country, and it's easy to see why once you drive it. There's no more understeer with B class, and there's now a really strong front end to it, so it has a very nice feel, and while top speed does perhaps lack a little bit, you easily make up for it in the corners, which is generally the more satisfying way to make up the time in online races. Now let's move on to A class, where the best car is finally not the International Scout 800A, even though that is fairly decent for A class too, but anyway, enough of that thing. Instead, the best car is the Mercedes-Benz X class. This thing is the coolest looking car in this video if you ask me. It has over 1000 brake horsepower and it does 0 to 60 in around 3 seconds, which is supercar level acceleration on a track that has massive off-road tyres. It does of course weigh almost 2 tons, so it is a bit of a tank, but nevertheless it copes with all that weight really well, so it is a beast for A class. Shifting on to S1 class, we have the Hot Wheels Bone Shaker. This thing is easily the best S1 class car for cross country. It's not quite as OP as it is in A class road racing, but it is still super good. It actually always surprises me that this is so good, because it has quite a lazy front end on initial turning, and it doesn't really feel that nice to drive. But because it has such a good power to weight ratio of around 1.2 horsepower per kilogram, along with the massive rear tyres that provide great traction, it ends up having mental acceleration and straight line speed, so it ends up being super OP. Now it's time for S2 class, where the title of best car just about goes to the Hoonigan RS200 Evolution. This is a very diverse class though, and so it's very close between the likes of the CLK GTR and the Mosler and this, but the Hoonigan RS200 Evolution feels the most natural of them for cross-country races. You may notice that my tune for it isn't actually upgraded to S2998, and that is because the only way you can get it higher than 991 is by swapping tyres onto it that make it bad for going on cross-country tracks. But despite that, it is still an amazing S2 class car, and it is a lot of fun to drive. For X class, we have the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento Forza Edition, once again taking up the best X class car spot. It is actually far better than you'd expect for a hypercar with some rally mods tossed onto it, because it is proper nimble and grippy while also having fantastic acceleration and speed, and it copes with all the big bumps fairly well, surprisingly. So this thing is the ultimate cross-country car in Forza Horizon 5. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments down below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you enjoyed it, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for plenty more Forza Horizon 5 content, and of course, I'll see you in the next video.